Welcome to the Call Cinema. I am Aaron, and I am so tired. So, we're doing an alternative media collection, or VHS and Laserdisc, with the start of it today. First off, though, around a day and a half ago, I woke up with an incredible video done about me and my channel from Daisuke, and it kind of it took me by surprise. I did not know it was coming, and I was very, very humbled by it because I will tell you one thing right now. This guy, he's one of the greats when it comes to YouTube. And one thing that he's known for is one, razor sharpness when it comes to his channel and his knowledge, and that he brings people and channels and collectors together. And if you have not been checking out his interviews that he's been doing recently with other collectors and collaborators, it's been amazing. And please do check it out. But I'm sure I don't have to tell you that, because you guys already know that anyway. He did a really good one with Vanessa. He did one with Cinema Dave as well. He's done a few, and hopefully we're gonna get together, and he'll eventually do one with me when I have that honor. So right now I am getting ready to do this whole video thing. I hope some people come in, because you know what? I realize what I did miss about bringing about VHS and Laserdisc, carrying them. So I'm bringing this over, right? And before I get into this, I'm bringing these like VHS and these Laserdiscs over, and I'm going, shouldn't be too bad. And at first I thought, okay, I will do all my VHS, I'll bring it all in. So then I'd carry the first couple bundles, and I was like, that's not going to happen, because my back was killing me. So I got quite a few here, and I got to bring them all back to the room because they're in a different room. So before I start, hey everybody, and please say hi back. And if you can't hit that like button while I'm waiting for you guys to actually come in and actually converse, which you normally do, I'm going to do what I should normally be doing all the time, and that is to give a shout out to all my patrons out there that are just to let you know, there is a new video coming up soon. We're working on it right now for me and my better half, and I made my wife watch. So that's exclusive to my Patreon channel. You will see that soon. But Action Jackman, Brent, Brian Sauer from Just to This and Pure Cinema Podcast, Dale, Dr. Mark, Mad Scientist, JR, Ryan, and Ryan, triple feature, Shadow Price, Lisa Crow, Mary Sullivan, and Drax. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to my better half as well, because you guys are helping keeping this channel go. Thank you, Dave. But honestly, it took me, I wanted to make a video that day, but one, I wasn't feeling the best, and two, I was kind of blown away. Because I highly respect him, and I've been watching his channel, especially his criteria knowledge. That's where I lean on. So tonight, as you can see in the background there, because I'm in this one here, hopefully that we're not going to have any issues. There's VHS, there's Laserdisc right beside me. So I'm going to give you a choice, as we always do in these videos recently. And I'm going to let you choose. Would you like to go through the VHS first? Would you like to go through the Laserdisc first? And just so you know, if you're new here, it's live, so sometimes things can be a little bit fast-paced. I try to respond to as many people as possible, and and topics can turn on a dime. But it always gets fun, and people here are really, really nice. All right, VHS first. So since you mentioned VHS first, let's do some VHS. And I've tried, this is not all my VHS, but what I wanted to do was get you an eclectic mix of the VHS. Let me open up my my YouTube thing here so they'll actually see your messages when they come through. Hey there, Kay. Hey, Haj, welcome, man. We're doing VHS and Laserdisc, and I am excited, and my back is broke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do so many at a time. I will probably be bringing some back in really quickly because it's just in the next room, so that we don't have everything like crowding up the space. So what I've decided, stay there, VHS, please don't fall. Sorry, Laserdisc, is let's do some of the. We'll do a couple of the animation first. I got everything from horror to action to sci-fi to animation to some which might be rare. I'm not sure how rare VHS is nowadays for certain ones. But let's start off with some, and I'll explain to you like why I collected some of these. And if you have any questions as we go through, as always, feel free to ask it along the way. If you have any like questions, comments, hey there, Adrian, on any of the titles I'm showing, please ask. See, I can't, like, I got rid of a lot of it, not by choice, K, but basically what happened to me is that I just there was a flood. It's the 34th anniversary of The Fly. First movie to creep you as a kid. Well, I can see that. I can see that actually. You have also Teenage Werewolf Frankenstein on VHS. That's the only way to get those, man. You're so lucky, Vince, because those are really hard to get. They're not on any other format. There's rights issues. So they've been working on getting those rights issues resolved. But the person that has those apparently wanted a lot of money for them. So hold on to those VHS tapes, because those are really hard to find. And you haven't been able to get them on any other format except for VHS, as far as I'm aware. All right, so we're going to start with some kind of cheesy animation stuff like that, kind of fun stuff. So this is the Invincible Iron Man. As a comic book geek, I love the way that these were done. These were like some that Marvel did. They had like, if you're an old school like comic book collector, you'll remember that comics used to have this here little logo-y thing, little block. So they made it look like the old school comic books from the 60s and 70s, before they went to like a round thing. Your first creepy film was Nightmare on Elm Street. My first creepy film was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I saw it at a drive-in. I was 3. Oh, that's so sad. Incredible Iron Man. It's got a couple episodes on it. Death of Tony Stark, Crimson Dynamo. You know, like these were only like meant to be short, small, well packed together, still in good condition. All right, I'm going to put these over here so that I can actually go through them really quickly. These, because unlike in the UK, these aren't available on DVD or Blu-ray here. And this is the 90s Spider-Man series. So I got a couple of them here. The Forgotten Warriors, which is the last season, I think. Because I think this is when they're getting into, this is the World War II one. And then we got the Spider Slayer, which I think is the first season. And you got like an extra bonus Kraven episode on there. And it is Kraven the Hunter, like the new episode, as opposed to the early, like one, the Spider-Man 67, which is on DVD here in North America, but that's out of print as well. Because of rights issues again. But we go from that to VHS that I got. Some of them were because I really liked the VHS. Some of them were collecting purposes. And others here. Yeah, that's the one that, you know, whole da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. By the way, I have no musical talent. It's Pumpkinhead, because I really love this cover. So I've got Pumpkin, of course, got the Scream Factory like special edition of this, but I really love this cover. Stan Winston's fantastic film, Pumpkinhead, and I do collect these for art purposes. Some of these, I want to have like certain VHS, which I will have like in, you know, like in those picture stands, those wireframe picture stands. So I want to have like 3 or 4 of them that I have out and I rotate on a regular basis on my condo in Morocco. This is Mary Lanza's The Great Crusoe. Hey there, Jacob. Pumpkinhead is an underrated classic. Hedge, I would totally agree with you. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm horrible at name pronouncing, so I apologize if I got it wrong. But because I don't want to say your real name, because, you know. Mary Lanza, excellent singer, by the way. Did like a bunch of films. Universal Studios Comedy Legends, and that is, of course, the classic Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Do you know I don't have this on DVD? I don't think. Do I still buy VHS? Some, not normally. I mean, if I see ones that are really that really catch my interest, they've got different art or something unusual about them, where it's a film that I don't have in any other format that I want to see. Hey, James, welcome, man. You, did you actually get a notification, or did you just happen to come in? Because recently, I was talking to 13th Wolfman, and he said he's not getting any notifications for anything. So, but I do love the way these are done. And actually has like a Woody Woodpecker cartoon on there as well. We're doing a alternative media collection today. So basically VHS, Laserdisc, stuff like that. Just happened to come in. We came in at the right time. Well, I hope so anyway. I hope, because I got some weird stuff here. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Next up is one that has Norris, Drago, McQueen, and Swayze. Yep. It has Mike Norris, Billy Drago, Chad McQueen, and Don Swayze. You actually got a notification? I gotta let 13 Wolfman know, because he's not getting notifications. Has he? Oh, Johnny Quest. I love Johnny Quest. I should know that. Oh, anyway, this is just one of those kind of the B-rate action flicks, but I love these films. He looks like his brother, hey? R.I.P. Patrick Swayze. I'm a huge fan of Billy Drago, so I'll pick up usually anything that he's in. He had a really good episode of Masters of Horror that I really liked. It was, I think Takeshi Mikai directed it. There's another name I probably just mispronounced. So this one here, I was super stoked to get, because I hadn't seen it, and it had a really cool cast. Patrick Swayze did go away too soon. And this is Chrome and Hot Leather. And I actually have not watched this one yet. If I've seen it, I may have seen it years ago, but I don't remember this. So, cast-wise, you got William Smith in this, and, you know, William Smith's a badass. Tony Young, Michael Haynes, Peter Brown's in this one. Marvin Gaye. Introducing Kathy Bowman and Larry Bishop. So, pretty cool cast, actually. It's one of those like cycle movies. This one done back in 1971, the year that I was born. All the Howling movies on VHS. You actually have New Moon Rising on VHS? That's, for me, James, that was the hardest one to find. I don't have any of them on VHS now. Part 4, The New Beginning, is actually a secret favorite of mine. It's rumored that, and it's still just a rumor, that Vinegar Syndrome could possibly be putting out a Howling set. If that's true, that would be awesome. Made some pretty interesting announcements. All right. I need part 2. So No Retreat, No Surrender, Blood Brothers. This is part 3. If you've seen the first film, then you know Kurt McKinney was in the first film. But this one here stars Lauren Avedon, who was in No Retreat, No Surrender 2 and 3. He was in, of course, King the Kickboxers. I think he might have been in King Kickboxers 2. I'm not quite sure. But Lauren Avedon did a lot of stuff now. You know, I used to have kind of, well, I think I might have been a bootleg, but it's like a really cheap looking copy, James, one time of a DVD of a New Moon Rising. It didn't seem legit to me because it was just so badly done, but it may have just been company too. Do I have any CEDs? Unfortunately, I don't. That's my own dumb fault, though. I could have had 50 for less than $50. But I turned them down because I was an idiot. Okay, this is the one that I do have to upgrade to Blu-ray, because there is a Blu-ray to this one, and I saw this movie in theater and really enjoyed it. And that is Young Doctors in Love. So it was definitely a bootleg then. You know where I got it at? It was, where is it? EB Games in Corner Brook, Newfoundland. Back when they used to have like DVDs and stuff there. And it looked really shoddy, but you know, it was Howling, so I picked it up anyway. But you have confirmed my suspicion. So Young Doctors in Love, it's a really fun one, kind of like makes fun of like soap operas in the day. This actually is an Anchor Bay release, which was another reason I picked this up. But it has a great cast. You got Michael McKean, Sean Young, Hector Elizondo, Dabney Coleman, Patrick McNee, Harry Dean Stanton. Betamax, I don't. V200, I don't. Video, well, we're looking at video right now. It's a really cool one. If you haven't seen it, it's worth checking out. So, One Man Out, which is a thriller starring Steve McHattie. He looks different there, though, doesn't he? It looks like they got him like really pumped up. Steve McHattie has never been that big, I don't think. Really good actor. Like he's kind of, a lot of people know him from Pontypool, or they'll say, hey, who's that actor? You know, the one that looks like Lance Henriksen. Godfather Trilogy is the best version owned on Laserdisc. Ooh, that'd be nice to have. Chronological order. There used to be VHS tapes on Blockbuster, and I used to love renting them because I love the Godfather Trilogy in chronological order. And by the way, congratulations on those 4Ks you got today, because I did see your Twitter there. 4K, so I know that you picked up some sweet 4K releases today. But One Man Out, Steve McHattie's in this one. Who else is in this? Dennis Pratt, Meko Champion. Not a lot of names that I know, but for Steve McHattie alone, I did want this. And this is Cage 2, The Arena of Death with Lou Ferrigno. Let me know how they are, by the way. Of course, with Reb Brown, the Captain America from the 80s. What 4K TV do I have? I have I think it's a Samsung. I have to look. Sad that I don't know, isn't it? But I think it's a Samsung, and 4K. We're getting a new one, actually. We're supposed to be getting one this year when we moved. Do I have a VHS player? Yeah, it would be kind of hard to have these without a VHS player, but people do collect them without them. Actually, right down there, I got a VHS player and a Laserdisc player down here. I'm thinking of moving them upstairs to the room upstairs where the other CRT TV is at, so I can actually watch some of this stuff. Because it's really inconvenient having to come down here to watch it. I would prefer to watch it in the room. I got a big chair there, a big watching chair. Really, it's a gaming chair because I got a PS2 up there. OLED or QLED? I think, for me, more than likely, OLED is what I'll go for first. But QLED, because QLED is almost like an LCD, right? The VHS have region locks. Well, sort of, Ragman. Basically, it works in like 3 regions. So if you buy a VHS over in North America, it's under the NTSC format. If you buy it in Europe, it is under the PAL format. And if you buy it over somewhere like Morocco or something like that, it will be in the CCAM format. So the only physical media that doesn't have a region lock at all is our 4K discs. So if you got 4Ks, and I know 4K got some 4Ks, then you're lucking out because there's no region lock in a 4K. And considering there's new systems coming out, I always grab a VHS player when you see one and go to it. That's a good idea. I should probably grab it. See, I don't know though, because I'm moving. That's the thing. Wider extended cut only available in Laserdisc and VHS, THXX, THX 1138. Store in Oshawa that sells stuff from PAL. Why can regular Blu-rays not be region free? Well, it's rights issues. Another Meryl Lanza film. I do like Meryl Lanza. Give me a second. I'm just going to throw these back so that I can actually get this. I'll do a couple more before I go so I can actually take a pile at once. This is Hellbound Hellraiser 2. This is the Star Maker edition, and Star Maker is kind of a pre-Anchor Bay. So they were the ones that would put out like a lot of these genre titles. What's the difference between 4K Blu-rays? Better picture quality if it's done correctly, better sound, wider color gamut, and region freeness. I'm up late. Well, that's not, actually, it's not up too late. It's the weekend. As you can see, they had actual special features on here. Not a lot of VHS special features, but interview with Clive Barker, the film. Then there was like interview with director and cast, special effects interview. It's just like small interviews, like 4-minute interview, 3-minute interview. But do VHS degrade over time? They can. Obviously, there are, but the ones I have haven't so far. Hey there, Ryan. Welcome, man. I collect VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. I collect Laserdisc. I'm going to see some in a second. And I also collect 8mm and Super 8mm film. Moldy. You got to watch out for mold when it comes to VHS. Mr. Awesome is completely right about that. So always check. If you're going to buy VHS tape, you even at a flea market or a yard sale, make sure you open it up, check it out. And you want to do this. You want to do the test here. You want to look to make sure that there's no mold. And sometimes like tapes will get stuck in players or that. So you see where this here is like just straight across. You'll see some and they'll be like kind of like serrated on the edge. Definitely watch out for that. I'll check the comment above when I get back. But let me just go throw these back because if I don't, I can't get to the other ones to show you. How do you clean the heads of your VHS player? Alcohol, really. That's what I use. I'm trying. Hey there. All right. VHS. Okay, let's do a mainstream one. So here is head cleaner cassettes. I remember those things. I would love to have one. I need to get a. I got one, but I need to get another one like cassette rewinders. Remember those? Remember you could go into like any store and get a VCR rewinder. A lot of them were like shaped like cars and stuff like that. And usually you'd find them at your Blockbuster. You'd have them for sale at the counter. So because I'm a big geek, this is the Star Wars trilogy. A New Hope, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. This is unfortunately, before you ask, this is like, not the original like cuts of the film. These are the kind of the Lucas stub ones. But Lucas made them, so I guess he can do what he wants to, right? Thanks, Alan. Your message didn't come through first. I think the F word kind of like stopped it. Why 4Ks are region free but not regular Blu-rays? It's just the thing that the allowed 4Ks to do. It's the first format to do it. I do not know what goes on behind the scenes. I know there's a Laserdisc edition of Star Wars that has like that original Undead did. I almost picked it up actually. Perfect Blue, which got a really good Blu-ray now. I really like this movie. It was a different type of anime. Oh, a CRT. I mean, like anything really. What for you? I got like a 32-inch. Let me show you. So that's what I got right there. That's like for downstairs. Like obviously I got a bigger TV when I'm upstairs doing my regular stuff. But for like for VHS watching stuff like that, I got a 32-inch here. I got a small like one of those, what is it, like tiny TVs upstairs as well that I do some like Atari gaming on. And I could actually, if I wanted to, put a VHS in that just when I'm in bed. My last trip to Blockbuster, did you go okay when they were like anything here's $1? If it's new, if it's old, video game, movie, everything's $1. Because that was my last day at Blockbuster. And I was so excited picking stuff up and I miss it so much now. But Perfect Blue, if you haven't seen this movie, it's a great film. Really good anime film. It's a thriller. And basically it's this pop singer named Mima who is being stalked. Oh no, there are actual despecialized editions of Star Wars out there. Initially, the first. You have your VHS hooked up to your 4K? That'll be interesting. Do you use a special connector for that, or do you just have like TV that has a connection? Hey, Mr. Chow, welcome. Oh, Sid Haig was a really sweet guy, actually. We got to meet him. He was exactly what you expect Sid Haig to be like. He was like there, and like there was like this girl came along, and she had she had him like sign her right above her breast so that he could do like because she was going to get his like name tattooed there, which was kind of cool. He was like super cool about it. Of course he was. And she was like really, she was hot. Okay, the Sackets. I love this actually Western. I've kept this one sealed. I'll break it open one of these days. But I really like the Sackets. I had the Lou and the More Westerns, the books. Sam Elliott, Tom Selleck, and Jeff Osterhage. I don't remember that guy, but I remember the other guys. But a great cast. I mean, like Glenn Ford's in this one, Ben Johnson, John Vernon, Jack Elam, Gene Evans, L.Q. Jones, Mercedes McCambridge, Slim Pickens, a lot of big Western stars. I'm pretty sure there are. but we'll leave it at that. Quickly Down Under. Do I have that one? I got a few like Westerns. This one's a bit beaten up now. This is my copy of Heavy Metal. I got to see this in theater. I love this movie. Really good soundtrack, by the way. Not everybody loves this one, but I do. I really like this film. Music from like Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult, Cheap Trick, Devo, Sammy Hagar, Grand Funk Railroad, Journey, Nazareth, Stevie Nicks. Just a ton of really cool music on here with that. Next up is Cube 2 Hypercube. Hit the zoom button to get the correct ratio. Ooh, I did not know that. I don't remember this movie very well at all. I remember the first Cube movie, but I don't remember this one. It didn't obviously like keep me. Well, this wasn't memorable. Air Farce, Royal Canadian Air Farce. This was a satirical show that came on here in Canada. This is one of their video yearbooks, volume 1. So that's the first one they did. I used to really like the show. They had the chicken cannon, which if you've never seen Royal Canadian Air Farce, that's going to mean absolutely nothing to you. But it had a great cast: Roger Abbott, Don Ferguson, Lou Goy, and John Morgan. And truly, if you've seen anything like This Hour's 22 Minutes or the Rick Mercer Report, it's kind of like that's where this, they kind of got their genesis idea from, like Royal Canadian Air Farce. I wanted to throw some Canadian in there, see if anybody here would say, oh, I remember that. Nobody did, apparently. So, but this is Return to Oz. This is the Anchor Bay edition. Do I have the 2008 DVD? I have the unaltered ones on DVD. I have 2 of the 3 of them, actually. Because in 2008, Alan's right, they put out a DVD with the Lucasfilms edition, and thank you, Dave, and the Cool Points for You. And they put out an unaltered one as a 2-disc set. Unaltered one was pretty much VHS quality, but still. Now, the neat thing about this is that they'd often put like either like write-ups or stuff on the inside of the cover. This is before the booklets. This is, of course, Fairuza Balk. Do I have The Happiest Millionaire on VHS? I know the movie you're talking about, but no, I don't. That's a deep cut. All right. So yeah, actually, the unaltered Star Trek, Star Wars have been on both Laserdisc and DVD. David Bradley, Blood Warriors. David Bradley, of course, a lot of people remember him as the guy that took over in American Ninja. But he did a few of these films. I just like cheesy action films. They're the kind you want to just, can throw on anytime. Just like let your brain just take a vacation. I try to buy, anytime I see an Anchor Bay clamshell, I pick it up. This one is One Magic Christmas. Not a bad Christmas film, actually. Never seen which one, Blood Warriors? I'll be honest with you, when I picked that up, I'm not sure if I've stepped back and watched it either. Okay, next up is one with Ben Johnson, and that is a lot of stickers on this. Gray Eagle. Was there an argument going on about? Oh, it's not restored, but yep, they're pretty much the unaltered cuts. We're not going to get an argument over over films tonight. Just so you know, we're keeping this a pretty chill evening. Darby O'Gill and Little People is, I don't have it. My dad has it. It's one of his favorites, actually. Darby O'Gill and Little People has always been one of his favorite films. That one and Finnegan's Rainbow is another one that he really liked. Again, still sealed. Studio Classics, 20th Century Fox, All About Eve. I think this one has like a kind of a booklet or something in there because I had one of these before, but this one's unopened because I'm trying to keep some open. Like I said, I'm using some as like just display. Next up is another bit of a Return Oz is super creepy, Alan. It is super creepy. Is this one here called The Squeeze? This is Stacy Keach film. End conversation for that right now. The Stacy Keach film with David Hemmings, Edward Fox, Carol White, Freddie Starr, directed by Michael Apted. So interesting. Again, another ones that I picked up. Just haven't had a chance to watch yet. But I think I've seen this before. It's just remembering it. Hey, Brian, welcome, man. Do you remember the Frank Knucker talking about? I do. Want a date? I remember that very well because my friends owned a video store. And they'd always be giving movies to take back to my apartment to watch and see if, you know, the screeners. And say, hey, what do you think of them? Which one should we get? And I remember when that came in, when Frank Knucker came to the store with that like push button thing. And I loved that. I used to go over, push the button all the time because I'm a big kid because I'm 5 years old, man. All right, next up is the one with, Cheryl Lee, if you're a Twin Peaks fan. This is Homage. The very sexy cover. Frank Whaley, Blythe Danner, Cheryl Lee, and Danny Nucci, and Bruce Davison. I gotta watch that one sometime soon. She is, of course, Laura Palmer on Twin Peaks. Am I getting the Bugs Bunny 80th? Am I going to be getting the Bugs Bunny 80th anniversary collection? Oh, hell yeah. Agatha Christie collection. This is Endless Nights with Haley Mills, Britt Eklund, and George Sanders. I love the Agatha Christie films, so. Because I grew up like reading Agatha Christie books. She is good in vampires. Actually, I like her a lot. Speaking of vampires, this is a full moon release. These were kind of cool. They came out, I think they're like $19.99 or $9.99 when they came out at Zellers. They put out a bunch of these. It's VHS day. Well, VHS and Laserdisc. I'm doing Lasers after this, Brian. This is Vampire Journals. This is the third or the fourth of the Subspecies films. Like this is kind of the offshoot Subspecies film. Radu was like has a kind of a cameo in it. But I actually like this one. I thought it was really cool. The cast was pretty good, and it's a pretty quick pace, like 92 minutes. You met Haley Mills, and Julia Mills was her husband with her, like not Haley Mills' husband, Julia Mills, because you know, I'm a huge fan of Maxwell Caulfield, and the Mills sisters as well. So this one, I grabbed this as soon as I saw it because I'd seen this so many times when I was younger. You know, 2 VHS, Day of the Dead and Lair of the White Worm. Search for Creepers Phenomenon in Society because you owned them when you was a teenager. You got the Subspecies DVD, or is it Blu-ray set? This one right here. Elvis's 6/8 comeback special. So this is really kind of cool. I really love this comeback special. The 6/8 special was great. It was fantastic, actually. For those of you that don't know, my name is Aaron, and I'm named after this guy right here. Elvis Aaron Presley. So, yeah. Aaron. That's where my name comes from. Bugs on Blu-ray. You're all, it's really cool too. It's got a Funko with it, River. So you're gonna get like a Bugs, kind of early Bugs looking Funko, and some stuff that has never been remastered on Blu-ray before. It's a gift, W.C. Fields, and for those that haven't like really looked into W.C. Fields, he's really, really good. I got a really good W.C. Fields collection here actually on DVD. Only one I own on I might have the early, the Disney one, Parent Trap, but I think that's pretty much it. Pretty much it for Haley Mills that I got on VHS, because I don't have a large VHS collection. It used to be much larger, and you won't see them all tonight, by the way. I'm just doing some tonight, and then I'm doing my Laserdisc stuff. And then we're going to talk. It's going to be more free flow. So this is Spy Maker. I really like this movie. I watch this VHS a lot. It says Jason Connery, and of course he's playing Ian Fleming in this. And it's pretty much supposed to be the story of Ian Fleming, like in how he came out the James Bond character and like his adventures and stuff like that. Okay, this is going in, then we're going to do the last one. And then we're going to do the Laserdisc. Stay right there. I'll be right back, just like before. Got a lot more to take in. It's going to kill my back. I'll see you in a second. Oh, crikey. I did not get the Kino Lorber Blu-ray of it yet. I need to get that though. All right. You never seen Laserdisc in real life? We're going to see something now in a second. Well, not in real life, but this is Prime Suspect 3. I'm a big fan of this series. Helen Mirren is amazing in this. Phantom Creeps on Blu-ray. I don't know actually. That's what I'm unaware of. If anybody knows and has it, let me know. Oh, okay, this is the Stephen King's Night Shift collection. The Woman in the Room, directed by Frank Darabont, of course, from The Mist and Walking Dead, and The Boogeyman, directed by Jeff Shiro. Basically, get a free movie by filling out this form. I wonder if it's still good. Basically, these are two of the, especially one of the Boogeyman's a really creepy story from Stephen King's Night Shift. If you haven't checked it out, it's a great read, and I definitely recommend it. All right, let's do these really quick so I can get on to the Laserdiscs. So this is The Witness with Patrick Thomas and John Hurd, because it's got a shiny case. Is it good? I don't know. I never watched it. Here's a neat little one. Here's a Nova Scotia-centric one. I'm in Nova Scotia right now, so if you didn't know that, you do now. I am actually very close. Almost finished reading The Stand. Nice. Did you read the extended one, like the extended book, or the regular edition? I read the regular edition, and I don't know if I've got through the extended one yet, but I definitely have to check it out. So there is a place here called the Fortress of Louisbourg, and you go to this actual fortress, and you walk around. Everybody's dressed up in costume, and you can actually buy like bread made from a kiln, stuff like that. Anyway, so there is a video for it, the Fortress of Louisbourg. So had to have that. That will go to Morocco with me. Here's a couple random National Geographic ones. 30 years of National Geographic specials. Oh, you've been to the fortress, Dave? It is cool. Well, I guess really his twin, because Aaron was his twin's name. But yeah, that became, his middle name. So kind of both, kind of eerie, isn't it? Uh, and this is Egypt: Secrets of the Pharaohs. I was asked recently if I've ever visited Egypt, and I was like, I wish. All right, got some cool ones left here, I think. Chuck Norris and Eye for an Eye. One of my favorite thrillers, and does this have a really good Blu-ray release? Because I can't remember. I don't have it anyway. Jagged Edge. I love this movie. I remember seeing this movie so many times. I love the twist at the end. If you haven't seen Jagged Edge, definitely check it out. Great, great film. The Bride. I got to upgrade this one as well. Jennifer Beals and Sting. I had a really big crush on Jennifer Beals. And a classic Richard Harris, Sean Connery film, that is the Molly Maguire. How am I going to say this right? The Molly Maguires, which I found this at a Salvation Army. The next one's really cool. Do you have the Walt Disney Limited Gold Edition cartoon VHS? I have some. I think I got a couple. I don't have sidekicks. Have a great night there, River. Hopefully I didn't put you to sleep, or if you were tired and you were looking for a way to go to sleep and I put you to sleep, then I'm glad, if it's in a good way. Okay, this is The Ring. I love the case to this. I, of course, have the Blu-ray box of The Ring. Next up is Return to Salem's Lot. This is a Larry Cohen film. It's a more dark humor, satirical. It's kind of what Larry Cohen does. I actually really like this, and I do have a DVD edition of this one as well from Warner Archives. And who did this one? It's Colin Feore, right? So this is Colin Feore and Polly Shannon in Trudeau. It was a mini-series that came on here in Canada, and it was a hard find, but I managed to grab it. The Perfect Weapon. So Jeff Speakman was this like Aikido artist, and no, not Aikido. What's it? He's Kempo, right? I think it's Kempo. It says here somewhere. I can't see it anyway. So I think he's a Kempo artist. So uses his hands a lot in the martial arts. So basically, this was the movie that was supposed to make him a big star, make him famous. So I remember when it first came out on VHS, I remember renting it and really liking it. I thought, okay, this guy's going to be huge. He's going to be a big hit. But unfortunately, he didn't become the big star that I thought he was going to. What do I think? Oh, sorry, I missed that. What do I think the Vinegar Syndrome announcements? Really good, actually, this time around. I'm a big Adam Ant fan, so Spellcaster, and of course, Empire Picture Days. Spellcaster is in my radar there. Definitely a VSA. I'm going to get that one. Not right away. The other ones, Killing Birds is not the best of the zombie films, but I got 3 and 4. I got all the zombie films, so I definitely need that. That's going to be in my collection. I haven't seen Grave Robbers, not Grave Robbers. What's it called again? The Spanish one. But that has me kind of curious. Memorial Valley Massacre. I know it's not a great movie, but I'm a slasher completist, so it's definitely one that I'm going to want down the road. So I think it was a pretty good overall. Like, there's been some times when I've been kind of on the Vinegar Syndrome ones. This is one that I thought, could have possibly been like an October release slate. So I'm now, because of this, I'm actually very interested in what their October releases are going to be, because I know I know Morro Valley Massacre is not exactly a classic, but it is something that I would think would fit well into their October release. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. So I got a bunch of James Bond, but only brought one out, and I brought out one of the early ones. So this is Moonraker, and the reason I brought out this is because it opens up. Some of the early releases did that. There's like have you seen it? James C., if you got any of those like Mill Creek sets, like there's a few like horror Mill Creek sets that's got like, it's not a very good quality and it's probably cut to pieces. But there is like an early like version of Memorial Valley Massacre on like on one or two of the Mill Creek sets. It's fun, it's cheesy, like Will Smith is in it, and I think Cameron Mitchell too. It's been a long time since I've seen it. but it's cheesy, but it's fun. It's not like a pandemonium type comedy or anything like that. In acrobatic form. Well, no, not really. So this is Saturday Night Fever. Why did I get this one, and why is it still closed? Well, basically, I own Saturday Night Fever on Blu-ray, I think, but this was special to find because I mentioned this here a few days back, actually, or did I just talk to my better half? Because Saturday Night Fever played at the drive-in recently. If it's comedic, it's more comedic, probably by accident, but I think it's fun. It's not a good film, it's a fun film. And this is a Saturday Night Fever PG version. So they actually legit like went out and like censored the films, and used it as a selling point for like families. Like you can, Saturday Night Fever, it's a fantastic classic film. Watch it with all the, I guess all the good parts cut out. Well, not Saturday Night Fever, because you still get the dancing. It's probably the best parts of the film, actually, but still, a PG version. So I had to get this. When I saw that it was a PG version, it was a cut version of the film, that was a must for me. I'm weird that way. Of course, Jurassic Park. This has some classic. This one and Batman has some really cool like opening things on it. Zombie 5. Yeah, like Zombie 5 is going to be the biggest trudge out of all three of them, but you can't not have them. Like I mean, like especially you got the several ones, James. Like Zombie 5 is fun. It's like Robert Vaughn, Blade Runner, the special widescreen edition. I'm leaving this for last. Astro Boy. Yeah, with the several ones, like it's a given though. Like you got to have them all. Mill Creek type movies. Oh, I love Mill Creek stuff. Especially when you get like a box set. I got to go through the Penland Pictures. Maybe I'll do some of those for like 31 Days Halloween. By the way, I'm already like getting my 31 Days Halloween ready. Excalibur. I love this. This is one of the great artworks. Some VHS tapes are better than Blu-ray. Some people are gonna like not like that, but I agree with you. Blockbuster did edit a few videos, to be totally honest with you, dude. Which they should never have done. But there's like, even DVDs and Blu-rays got it. Remember that, like, there's a documentary about this guy, and I don't know if it's in Salt Lake or somewhere like that, and basically he has this store, and his store is basically, what it does is it cuts out, like it censors all the films that before they come in, so people get to rent the blockbusters and stuff like that, but with all the violence and nudity and stuff cut out of it. So it was a documentary that was done, and they talked about him, and like he seemed really sketchy. And as the documentary goes through, you find out that he was doing like films of his own for personal use in his store with people that were not of age to be doing stuff like that. It's a really cool documentary. I wish I could remember the name of it. All right, speaking of documentary, you want to see a Newfoundland one? Tales from the Mist, Newfoundland Ghost Stories. And I love the sticker here. Caution may cause conversation between family and friends. The people you meet in Newfoundland are always fascinating. Let us introduce you to some of the more spirited characters of Newfoundland, the people who were and possibly still are. We'll tell you of the pirates who haunted Kelly's Island, the ghosts of Casey's Lane, the apparition of Power Street, who still won't rest after her sad demise, the poor, rich Mr. Bingwell, formerly of the house of Kitty Vitty Forrest, and the community that seemed to disappear with the appearance of a tall, dark stranger. That's okay. It's probably came across because of there anyway. La Ventura. Okay, I remember seeing this one when I was young. This was a cool one. Adventures of, what's this? No, this is the Mountain Family Robinson. But I remember like Adventures of the Wilderness Family. You'll get there, Joe, eventually. I love the cover to this. I remember seeing the Wilderness Family movies when I was a kid. Of course, there's a Video Treasures. So, always good to get Video Treasures released on VHS. Metropolis from Destination Films, really good anime. I love, whenever I can, because they don't normally put these out any other way. Newfoundland, are you serious? Has Newfoundland Outdoors? Man, I used to, when I was a kid, I'm from Newfoundland. When I was a kid, I used to hate that show. Just because, and nowadays I watch back at like fondly. It's a good website to go to for learning about unheard of horror flicks. Not quite sure. Welcome, Kubrick Lover, man. Read like, so whenever I can find like these like TV films like this, like A Bunny's Tale, Kirstie Alley, and this is like the story of Gloria Steinem, and when she went to work for like do an expose on the on Playboy, and it didn't quite turn out the way she thought. There's more to the bunnies than just tails, as she found out. This is the Thin Man collection, the Thin Man. Did I show my Laserdisc yet? Nope. That's what I'm going to do in a minute, actually. The Watcher in the Woods. This is the one VHS one I took out. A little dirty there, but hey, it is The Watcher in the Woods, and I actually love that film. And last but not least is one that I think, did this one get a Blu-ray recently? I can't remember. If it didn't, I remember when I bought it at the time, it wasn't available on Blu-ray or DVD to find, and I actually really like this film. It's so 80s, like it just reeks of 80s-ness. And it's Raphael Zelinsky is actually did the story for this one. I'll get into him in some other time, but he's done a few things. And this is Breaking All the Rules. So I had an enormous crush on this girl right here, because I was really, really into like the more like the kind of the punk style. I think that's Carolyn Dunn. With the cracking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Actually, yeah, I did. Actually, I did her. Or was with the breaking of my thumbs, something like that. But look at her. Isn't she not? Like for teenage Erin, she was like the perfect girl. She was. All right, I'm going to take a sip of my drink, and then we're going to do laser discs. Should I put this VHS back first? No, shit, I gotta put them back afterwards. Because we got space now. No, we don't. I gotta move Laserdisc over there. Because Laserdisc is gonna be the... I apologize. Give me 1 second. The VHS, to go back, so that I can use space for the Laserdiscs. And we'll get to the fun part. I'm sure 4K is gonna like the Laserdisc portion. He knows his Laserdisc stuff. Not even joking, he really does. All right. And tonight's drink, it's just a sugarcane Coke this time. All right, let's see if we can do this. Oh, sorry about that, guys. But Laserdiscs are bigger and gotta be able to put them somewhere. Ooh. So, you see Scorpion is when Ellie. Ooh, Wingshauser and Sybil Danning. I love both those actors, so that's like hopefully a given for me if I can afford it. Watch Funny Games. Which version? The original or the remake? Either way, did you like Funny Games? Because I asked you to tell me once you saw it if you liked it. So let's stop for a second. Find if Kubrick Lover liked Funny Games, which is a favorite film of mine. You loved it. You didn't get frustrated when it happened, right? That big scene near the end of it. I got a big DVD collection. I've been showing them over time now, so I do have some DVD ones up here. But trust me, we'll eventually get through everything. There is two. There's like the original, that's in director Mark Haneke, and there is of course the remake as well with I think stars as one of the guys anyway. Michael Pitt was a favorite actor of mine. Was on Boardwalk Empire. So this is Robin Hood. I have my better half's actually from Casablanca, and I do have the DVD, actually the Blu-ray Casablanca, of course. Of course, this is for those that haven't got a Laserdisc or have seen lasers. This is what a Laserdisc looks like. You're gonna see them different. Oh yeah, like you did originally. It's like actually Dutch. It's Dutch, right? Dutch film. So next up is the Unsinkable Molly Brown. Ironically, some recently, me and my better half both started working out together, and we were like, I was taking the, those, the big things of water and stuff. So yeah, they've been feeling much lighter lately. So good start. Laserdiscs are amazing. There's so much stuff you can find in laserdiscs that you can't get anywhere else, and like different formats too. For instance, if you can get your hand, I haven't got it yet, but you get your hand on like the Scream Laserdisc, it is so cool. The 1988 version of Vanishing. Yeah, exactly. That's a good one there to think about. Are you serious? Your neighbors? Ah, that would drive me crazy. So this is the Neverending Story 2, of course, with Box Office Bugs, Box Office Bunny. There as the Wascally Wabbit's first theatrical cartoon in 26 years. And it's neat because they were so well done. They have any of the golden age of Looney Tunes. Not on Laserdisc. Like one of them, Ryan, is really hard to get because it has stuff on it that you can't get anywhere else. The first one's still the best for me out of the Neverending Story. 2 is fun, but I definitely would consider the first one the best out of them. This, of course, is Ghost, the classic Patrick Swayze film. Next up is the one I really like, actually. And this is The Man from Snowy River with Kirk Douglas and Jack Thompson. Starring, though, because directed by George Miller. Thank you. And Tom Burlinson, of course, is a Man from Snowy River. So this is done by George Miller. So all you George Miller fans, there you go. That should not be in the middle, though. Next up is Usual Suspects, which I have in like a lot of formats. This is the import version of the Usual Suspects. Manufactured in Austria. This is a favorite of mine too. That is Dangerous Liaisons. I actually love Usual Suspects. I'm surprised, man. If you did get the first volume of the Golden Age of Looney Tunes, would you make sure to get the recalled copy that Bugs Bunny nips to nips? Is that one of the ones that was on it? Dangerous Liaisons is a fantastic film. I actually like. Here's a hot take for you. I actually do like Cruel Intentions. I actually like it a lot. It was a joke between me and one of my friends. Is that she used to call me Sebastian. And that's as much of that joke story as you're going to get. Cutthroat Island. This is the deluxe edition, contains behind the scenes footage. So I gotta love that. By the way, my Laserdisc player is a Pioneer. Well, those were released, I think, but you can get some on on Laserdisc. Call the Conqueror. Not a great film, but it's a fun one. The Friday 13th film. There was a guy, James, oh God, I kicked myself because I'm in a Laserdisc Facebook page. And he was selling some like Friday 13th and like a Hellraiser box set. Had the first 4 Hellraisers on Laserdisc. And he sold them for a really good price, but I missed out on it. Because I don't have a lot of horror. You're going to notice that on here. I like the Cutthroat Island, though. Marilyn Monroe, of course, How to Marry a Millionaire. With the wonderful Betty Grable. And Lauren Bacall. Yeah. I forgot that was early Rory Calhoun. So, Wrongfully Accused was cheap. One that I do have on Laserdisc that I do have to upgrade to Blu-ray, because Scream Factory put a Blu-ray this one, and I do love this film, and that is James Spader in Jack's Back. I really, really like this movie. This was like, when I was going through Laserdisc and this came up, I grabbed this immediately. This is just an incredible film. And to have this on Laserdisc was just something special. I really dug this film. If you've never seen Jack's Back, you definitely owe it yourself to check it out, because it's really, really good. All right, here's a heavy one. This is Black Rain with Michael Douglas. Again, I like this film as well. Hans Zimmer did this. Ridley Scott, yeah, directed. Andy Garcia. Ken Takura, too, I think. But I have to go back and look, and I'm not going to do that. Dracula Dead and Loving It, because I love Mel Brooks. And the last two are 2 incredible westerns that I'm super stoked that I got them on Laserdisc, because I do love my my westerns, and I don't have enough westerns, to be honest with you. Is The Wild Bunch, which is a classic, and of course, Fistful of Dollars. Even if I never ever watched this, like I already got this on Blu-ray and stuff. So look at this. Look at the cover of this. Is this not something that you can put on a wall? Is this not gorgeous? An amazing film. This is letterbox format too. Hey, good evening, Evan. Welcome, man. Well, I'll be going on Daisuke's channel for an internet interview anytime soon. Actually, he has reached out to me, and I reached out back to him. So, you know, God willing, or whatever, basically, then yeah, I do hope to. He does some amazing interviews. It's a great cover. That's a classic, see? So I'm hoping, I know that he'll get a lot out of me that I probably wouldn't get out of myself. So yes, hopefully I will be on one of his interviews. I watched one, actually. I watched a couple. I rewatched one. Do I have Howard the Duck? I don't think I do. Like, I don't think I got it in any form. Maybe I do. I feel like it's something that I was going to pick up at Walmart. It was only like $5. But I'm not quite sure if I picked it up or not. It's one that I wanted to pick up. And because, it's cheesy, but it's fun. It's Howard the Duck. And it's got that cool soundtrack. And, I guess duck boobs, that's a thing I guess we didn't know we wanted in films. Yeah, it's one of those ducks that just made it to the dump bin pretty quickly. And I think that features and stuff on it too, if I remember correctly, the one that I saw. Actually, I love Bollywood music, so I'd be at that party, man. But I'd be carefully socially distancing. Party with the mask on. I never am going to do that again. I apologize. Hard Duck's a genuine classic. They have the Laserdisc cartoons for big kids on their Malton Love hosted. I don't actually. That's all I got Laserdisc wise, and it took me forever to find those. I had Laserdisc. Actually, no, these aren't all I got Laserdisc wise. There's actually a couple upstairs, around 3 or 4. But it's with my record collection, which I can do on here sometimes if you want me to do my record collection. But that's going to mean taking a bunch of records and bringing them here So commit to watching that if I do it. Classic Flicks website. Serial Midnight recommends it for all movies. If Serial Midnight recommends it, then definitely I will. Show us your Batman collection. Well, not tonight, but I will be doing my Batman collection actually really soon. And there's a reason for that. There's actually a big reason for that. Not really soon. I'm waiting for something to come. Something that definitely coincides with Batman. This is a Patreon video where this is where I plug my Patreon. Okay, thank you. I got to do that more often. Actually, there, what my Patreon videos are going to be right now. And if those that don't know, I actually have some videos that I love Batman too. So watch out for that video. Is that me and my better half do some videos together, and they're called. And we did the first one called "I Made My Wife Watch This," and it was really fun. It was Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death. We're working on a second one. Coming up soon. If you're a Patreon member, you're going to get to vote on which movie I make your watch next after this one. So keep an eye out for that. And I am doing a review of all of the streaming services. Eventually, but I'm also doing with my better half versus videos of these streaming services of certain ones, not all of them, certain ones like Amazon versus Netflix, BritBox versus Acorn TV. Those versus ones are going to be on the Patreon. Everything else is exclusive, live, and free right here on the channel that you can see anytime that you want to watch it, whether it's live or you want to watch it later on. So nothing changes that way. Do I like physical media more than streaming? Yes, I do, right? I'm not a streaming person. Streaming for me is like movie trailers. And what I mean by that is basically I use streaming services to kind of decide on movies that I physically want to buy. So when I'm watching Shudder, like obviously there's certain shows that just don't come out, so you just watch them on services. That's the only way to get them right now. But if I watch a Shudder movie, for instance, and I really like it, then it comes into my collection. So there was one, God, do I have it here? That Shudder put out, and I really, really, really liked it. It was about a slasher, like camp type thing. Basically, like give you like kind of slasher movie experiences. Oh, 100%. Streaming is the new cable. It's the new satellite dish. That's what it is. It's not something that's going to replace like physical media. DVDs that's the older physical media out of like the three like disc-based DVDs, right? That's still going. And not only that, but DVD's still doing better than Blu-ray, better than 4K. That's pretty amazing. People still buy DVDs. People buy Blu-rays. 4Ks are being adapted by like kind of the boutique labels now, which has been fantastic. So all of a sudden the 4Ks first people were like, oh, I know we can get some stuff, but it's kind of like I'm rebuying stuff, and do I really need this? And then all of a sudden you get stuff like Tammy the T-Rex out on 4K, and Rad, and New York Ripper, and House by the Cemetery, and you're like, damn. 4K is really starting to come into its own. You knew 4K was going to like have a bit longer shelf life when you saw like these boutique labels start to take it on. That's when it got that's when it kind of clicked. Did I get my Severn order? I haven't got it yet, Vince. But I did just find out that it cleared customs. Yay! Is DVD cheaper than Blu-ray? Actually, Alan, not all the time. Some DVDs are cheaper than Blu-ray, that's for sure. You can go to your local Walmart, and here in Canada, we have like what you call $5 bins, which is probably $3.50 bins over there in the US. But and yeah, you can get like some really cheap stuff. Like you can buy like complete collections, like the Saw series, for like less than like $10 on DVD, and I think like 20 on Blu-ray. I cut like stream down. Have you ever considered getting every theatrical movie that Disney Studios made during Walt's lifetime? Well, I eventually want to get like a lot of different films. But I'm a big Disney fan because I grew up with the Wonderful World of Disney. I'm older, so I grew up with Saturday morning cartoons on Saturday and the Wonderful World of Disney coming on every Sunday, which was kind of like my childhood. I'd go outside, I'd come in and watch Wonderful World of Disney, then I'd go outside again. I don't own Daughters of Darkness either, James, so that might be my first one that I pick up on 4K for them. See, I got Maniac and Zombie with those lenticular covers and CDs. And did you notice, by the way, James, that Daughters of Darkness is the first 4K release that actually is going to have the CD soundtrack with it? That's a deal breaker for me, or deal maker in this case. I didn't pick up the other ones like House by the Cemetery and stuff and those because I want the soundtracks to those. So I may have to get the lenticular editions of those. Oh yeah, this one it's the first one, James, that has the soundtrack. So you made a good pre-order like purchase there. Before this, none of them like you'd have to get the 4K lenticular. Sorry, not 4K. The Blu-ray lenticular cover editions to get the soundtracks. If I'm correct, and I think I am in this case, that the Daughters of Darkness is the very first Blue Underground 4K release that's going to have the CD with it as well, CD soundtrack. So that's a big deal. You got Zombie on 4K. You see, I got Zombie. I got the Blu-ray, like the 4K one, like mastered down to a 1080p. I would love to have Zombie, but I got like so many editions of the film. I think if I bought one more, my better half might bury me in the backyard. So I gotta be careful. Coke. I drink so much Coke, you should sponsor me. The other day do I say this yet? No, I'm going to leave it as a surprise. I was going to say something, but now I'm going to surprise. Am I drunk? Never, actually. Very rarely. Well, sometimes when I'm drinking whiskey or beer, but here, just Coke. So no. Trust me, you know if I was drunk. One, also, I wouldn't be on camera if I was drunk. The only time I was on camera when I was drunk was when my better half actually had me do the baby shark thing. Not on here. Her sister had did the baby shark thing, and she dared us to do it. So I did it because I don't care. I'll do that stuff because that's what I'm like in real life. Ten Who Dared. I don't know Ten Who Dared. So the answer to that one's definitely no. Appeared in the backyard threat too. Okay, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, I don't see your husband around anywhere. Oh, he's here. He might have to dig a bit, but he's here. Yeah. But no, it's been like she's been really, really, really good with me. Especially like, look at this. Look at all the stuff I collect. Come on, she's got the patience of a saint for this type of stuff. And every once in a while, like what she does, I'm like, oh yes, I got a pre-order, James, the Gamma set. Now that being said, I pre-ordered from Amazon, so that's always a shot in the dark. And I pre-ordered like a while back, so fingers crossed I get it, James, because it was the only way I could afford it at the time, right? Like because I didn't have to pay out of pocket right away, and I could save up a bit for it. So I've seen Matt Frank's unboxing video of it, which is incredible, by the way. Yeah. Soundtrack CDs of Legend. I do not actually. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about it. You got it a few weeks ago. Oh, you're so lucky. See. What it says on mine, it still says pre-ordered. The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. I do have that, and I got it from the Disney Movie Club Ryan, so I got the special slipcover that only came in the movie club edition of it, which actually was pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm excited to get it. There's a thing that most people, if you watch unboxings, games, there's one thing you're going to notice. Do I want to say this? Because people are forgetting to do this. There's something, if you watch any unboxings, I'm just going to say this. So, I'm noticing that there's one thing, and if it's correct and it's actually in the set, that when people do unboxings of the camera, they forget. But I'm not going to forget it when I do my unboxing. But there's one piece of the camera set that when people are opening it up, because of where it's placed, they usually forget to show it. But I will try not to forget. BlacKkKlansman. I haven't seen BlacKkKlansman in a while. I did like it though. Do studios send me movies to review? Nope. None. I wish. There is a company that is going to be sending me a couple things, not for review purposes, but we chatted and they were helping me, and I was helping them with some stuff. So they're sending me a couple things as a kind of a thank you for helping them out with some stuff. And I did get a code for a movie that I'm supposed to watch. And I haven't got around to do it and review, but haven't got around to doing it yet. It was the first time that ever happened to me. And it's an Alex Cox film. So we'll, hopefully it'll be good. Have I seen Twisted Nerve years ago? I would love to own Twisted Nerve. That's a Mills film. Do I ever review movies in depth? I like to think I do some. Is that are you asking? Yes, and I did so recently on a Patreon video. But no, I do sometimes. But like a lot of the stuff that I do right here is like I don't do a lot of review stuff. I do sometimes like dive in deep if I'm really excited about a film or a box set and I really want to talk about it. I'll go into spoiler territory sometimes. I'll let you know ahead of time when I do. I did like when Vinegar Syndrome put out the Forgotten Jelly box set, I did a review on that set, and I did a review on one of the films in particular that I really got excited about. But I did eventually do the whole box set, and I'm going to be doing the Berta Lindsay, Carol Baker box set as well. And I do think I do good reviews, so there you go. I don't tend to do like the comedy reviews. I'm not that type of reviewer. Hey, Amy. You missed the Laserdisc, man. I did a whole bunch of Laserdisc and VHS here today. Honestly, it's about as spiced up as I can get right now. Especially at this point. Now, you want to see like reviews and talk and stuff like that? Be here in October when I do my 31 Days of Live Horror, which, by the way, is going to have me stressed out. So any hair that I've got now is probably going to be gone. I'll have to hopefully grow new hair, because 31 Days of Live Horror is the most stressful time of the year for me. Because one, I do 31 Days of Horror. Two, I do it live. And three, this year I not only have to do the 31 Days of Horror, but I also have to do the bonus ones with my better half. So it is fun. Yeah, it's just definitely fun. Potentially have 100,000 subs. I would like to think so. Thank you, some. I appreciate that. But you're right about like, you know, the thing with me, some, and it's with my channel, is that I do a lot longer videos with like the live videos and stuff like that. And for some people coming in, that's a little bit daunting. Now I do some shorter videos as well, and I just recently started doing those. My biggest success has been the Halloween box set, and I'll be doing like a few of that type of thing. But I try to bring something different to the table, and hopefully people, if they come in and they stay for a while, they like it. But it can be like daunting when you first come in. Like I've had people that came in and they were like, you know, they weren't quite sure what exactly this was, because here I am talking to the screen And if you don't realize like there's comments coming up and stuff like that, it's kind of like they can be like, what the hell's going on? Like, has this guy lost it? But no, actually, it's but more people are starting to notice, and Dice Case video really it kind of helped me. Uh, Thank you, James. Hey, don't pander to people with short attention span. Me. Well, I try to do a bit of both. I don't. I try not to pander anyway. That's kind of not my thing. If it was, maybe I'd be more successful. But I kind of tend to find my niche or niche. How's that go? See, I've heard it's pronounced two ways now, and I'm always mispronouncing things like every once in a while. So I'm always trying to make sure I get it right, get those pronunciations right. Have you seen all 75 Silly Symphonies? Yeah, a while back. But it's been a while, like, because I got those collections a few years back. You watched the Jaws sequels. Part 2 is the only good one. I didn't mind Jaws 3. It was fun. Niche. So I had it right. Haha. That means the person that one of the videos that I watched didn't have it right. Actually, two videos I watched. Thank you, John. I really appreciate it. AME. I'm not sure if you did you see it online or not, but I actually got to go to the theater, to the drive-in theater last week, and me and my better half sat down to watch the double feature. We got to see Back to the Future, the original one with Robert Zemeckis, and we got to see the original Jaws at the drive-in. It was an amazing experience. I'd gotten off work. It was midweek, and I was exhausted. I thought, oh, she's like, we got to go. These are classic films. She's 7 years younger than me. She hadn't got to see these films in the in the theater. So we get there, and I'm thinking I'm going to be exhausted. I'm going to end up falling asleep. She's going to get pissed with me. But nope. As soon as the movie came on, I said, well, I've seen Back to the Future a while back, and I said, am I really going to get into it again? Yes, it's an amazing film. Damn, does it have replayability? And then we get to the second one. I would have been jealous too if that was the other way around. It was really cool. And they said, and like Jaws was playing, said, am I really going to be, like, Jaws is a long film. Am I going to be able to get into Jaws? And I did. It is so good. And my better half's favorite part, I think is everybody's favorite part, is when they're on the boat and they're talking, and they're kind of broing it up, and he talks about about the when he's in the war, and they're just waiting in the water, him and his friends, and like the sharks were circling around, and they're coming and getting his friends. He's watching his friends. It's intense. Like, Robert Shaw is just amazing in that film. I think lack of Roy Scheider hurts the sequels, like the 3 and 4. He didn't want to do part 2 either, but he did it, and he did a good job. Like, considering he didn't want to do it at all, like he definitely did a great job. Your favorite parts of the shark scenes? Well, my better half's a marine biologist, so we'd be watching the film, and she'd be like, "Okay, that's the fake shark," and then she'd say, "That's when those two people," like, she knew the history, so that's when those two people had footage of real sharks. Child's Play remake. It's not. I mean, like, it's not bad. I mean, I prefer the original Child's Play. As far as a remake go, it's okay. I don't want to say anything too much because you haven't seen it. I don't want to color your experience in either a positive or negative way. It's definitely a good sick day movie. I understand. I get that, Doug. When you're home sick and you want to watch kind of like this, just a movie, and you can just sit back and just enjoy it. Jaws tends to be one of those. Now, other big news for our drive-in, by the way, just so you know, is that they are apparently going to be showing Evil Dead and Army of Darkness as a double feature coming up soon. So I'll take some pictures. I might even what you wanted to do was take some footage, basically for the Patreon at the drive-in of not of the film, but of us just talking about it, in between each of the films and stuff, and on our way there. like talk about the drive-in and talk about the experience, that type of thing. There's just kind of like just extra bonus stuff. So that might we might do that as well, because we love the drive-in. Welcome back, Chris. And it's just a fun time. Like I can't, if you got a drive-in near you, and especially if they're showing any of the retro stuff at all, go. Great stuff. I mean, I missed out on seeing The Exorcist and Nightmare on Elm Street double feature. Again, like I told you before, I'm an idiot. I missed out on and the day and night after that, because he played Exorcist and Nightmare on Elm Street for like I think 3 days, and I missed out on that. And then right after that, they played the Goonies and Gremlins, and I missed out on that too because I'm stupid, and I should have went, but I didn't. But when it came to Back to the Future, and it came to the Indianapolis monologue, it is fantastic. And Jaws, we just couldn't. She just kicked my butt in gear, and she said, "You know what? I don't care how tired you are. You're going to the drive with me tonight." And I went, and I was really glad I did. I was giving Dreyfuss a hard time. Yeah, his character really messes with Dreyfuss. I love that actually. Do I listen to Cardi B? Some. I mean, I listen to a little bit of everything when it comes to music. But if you ask me like name a song, I couldn't do it. I like I'm an '80s kid, but I still don't my better half. Like she's like '90s. She knows the dance music, the electric stuff. Daft Punk's her favorite stuff, that type of thing. Me, I come from the '80s, so she likes a lot of the '70s stuff too. We both like a lot of the '70s music. I was gonna drive a hard time off camera. Was that because he was so young? Because Dreyfuss, man, he looks so young in that film. I forgot how like young Dreyfuss looks in Jaws, and and they're so good. They play so well off of one another. We got Schneider, and you got like and Dreyfuss and Shaw just killing it, just killing it. But with that being said, I still got to put those damn Laserdiscs back. This is a shorter video tonight, and I'll tell you why it's a shorter video, because I promised my better half we go to the beach early tomorrow morning. And it's looking like this might be the last week for going to the beach because weather. So, I am Aaron. This is my movie library. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, especially John, for the super chat donation. It really helps the channel, and you have no idea how much it actually does help the channel right now. So I will see you guys soon. You are the call to cinema. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. And it definitely is time for tea and probably an early night tonight. Though I kind of want to watch Jaws too now. You kind of got me thinking about that. May the cult be with you. There you go.